Oh no. Guys, we forgot Jay in the studio. And now he's withered away to a skeleton. A tiny, tiny man skeleton. He's had no food or water. And he's dead. Oh! Hi. Hi, Jay.
What's going on?
There's, you know...
Did you think that comically small skeleton was me?
Yes?
Happy Halloween, Jack!
Spooky Halloween to you too, Jay.
Are you ready to be spooked out on this Halloween Spooktacular?
Very much so.
We have 3 very scary films. The first of which is Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
Featuring Rock and Roll All Night, Shout It Out Loud, and Beth.
Okay, so their songs are actually in it.
Well,
That's
2
good.
songs and actual Beth. Like, that, she's an actress.
Oh, Beth, I remember her from...
You know her. This dynamic rock group makes their film debut in a spine-tingling mystery that matches Kiss's extraordinary powers against a demented genius inventor.
What are their extraordinary powers? Marketing every possible thing imaginable?
I think that's part of Kiss's shtick, though, is like they have like demonic powers.
Oh, okay.
Like the star guy.
I don't know much about Kiss. I just know Gene Simmons has a really long tongue.
That's true. Peter Criss, Catman. Ace Frehley, Space Ace. Gene Simmons, The Demon. And Paul Stamley.
Paul Stammerly?
Oh, snap.
And Paul Stanley, Starchild, collectively known as Kiss, are scheduled for a sellout concert at California's Magic Mountain Amusement Park when park-goers begin to vanish without a trace.
Is this going to be just a giant ad for this amusement park? Is it going to be like that Lost in Dinosaur World movie we watched?
It could be like that. I'm more guessing this is a shoot the rodeo type situation where they're going to randomly cut to concert footage.
Okay.
That they had, but it's going to be in stories.
It can't be that bad. Kiss is all right.
Kiss is all right. Let's see here. Behind it all is Abner Devereaux, Anthony Zabry, the eccentric creator of the park's lifelike cybernetic creatures.
So we got robots. Kiss versus robots.
Kiss versus robots.
Park. Okay.
They look like, it looks more like the putties from the Power Rangers, if you remember those guys.
It does. It looks exactly like those.
So I think they're going to be fighting the putties. When Melissa, Deborah Ryan, turns to Kiss to help her find her missing boyfriend, Devereaux feels threatened and creates cybernetic Kiss lookalikes.
Oh my God. So it's like Kiss versus Robot Kiss. It's like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yes.
Evil robot kisses.
It's Kiss versus Mecha Kiss. That sounds like an awesome band name. Mecha Kiss? Yeah.
I know there is Mini Kiss, where it's all little people.
Adorable? Or horrifying? Let's see here. Threatens create cybernetic Kiss lookalikes. Featured is some of Kiss's best music performed with stunning visual effects.
I'm sure.
Is it going to end in a band battle to see whose music is more mechanical and lifeless?
I'm really excited about this.
This sounds great. This sounds
great.
like a lot of fun. Watch us be proven wrong.
Right? Time and time again we are.
Oh, I hate it already.
You a cop?
It's cool. Chopper and slime don't hurt nobody unless they want to.
Fun is fun, but that's scaring things.
Just who are you anyway, old man?
The cameraman's like a midget. He can't get the camera quite high enough.
It's Billy Barty in UHF.
He's like holding it all the way above his head.
What's that? Why? Where are they doing this?
This is their stage entrance, which they pre-shot.
Yes.
It's just gonna cut to footage on plane. These are the amazing special effects they talked about.
They're pretty great. They're pretty amazing.
Oh, adorable. What are we gonna watch next?
Next up on this spooky Halloween scary spectacular is Killer Workout. Now this is our second gym-themed horror film.
Yes.
We watched Death Spa. We'll see if this is anywhere close to as good as Death Spa.
This is our third, if we count Ninja 3.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Possession.
I say we count it. So this is our third gym horror film.
Yes.
Which is pretty amazing. And it's directed by the late, great David Pryor, who did Deadly Prey. So it should be great. Something very unhealthy is happening at Rhonda's Health Club.
Nice.
Warning, this workout's a real killer. Man, they're just full of them. Full of great lines here. They came to get their bodies into the best shape of their lives. Too bad they'll never have the chance to enjoy it.
Because they're dead.
In the locker room, in the showers, in the weight room, even in the parking lot. Someone is turning the most beautiful bodies in town into a grisly, brutal body count. Now nobody's safe. There's no place to hide. Except maybe if you just leave the gym.
You should
I
just...
would think that would be the best way to avoid getting killed at the gym.
So, gratuitous nudity.
That's, yeah, you can see, look at this hot babe.
Boom, boom!
Hot 80s babe.
This sounds great. I'm pretty adverse to working out in general. And so, you know,
This is the movie for you.
this it's just more reasons not to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That your hungry lips can eat.
Excuse me, visual storytelling. You know everything you need to know about her character by her dropping her purse.
She's clumsy and she likes to get fucked. Lots of plot from these scenes. Lots of plot.
Come on now.
Now really arch your back, stick out that plot.
Who's there?
I'm not sure why the device used for killing is a giant safety pin, but
Yeah, that seems weird.
I guess that was an unsafety pin.
All right, Jack, why don't you tell us about our third and final film, Mystics in Bali.
This looks fascinating. This looks like an art house feature. There seems to be a severed head, but not completely severed because it has all of their internal organs.
All the insides are on the outside.
That's beautiful, and some sort of Muppet. A sensation on its initial release in Asia, Mystics in Bali was deemed too bizarre and shocking to be screened in the West. Until now. This is the first time the film has been released in the US and is completely uncut and digitally remastered from the rare original negative.
Isn't it great that we live in an era when things like this are being like cleaned up and released into the world? They just did an HD restoration of Manos: The Hands of Fate. It's a great time for movies.
How many man hours went into making this look beautiful? That could have been, you know, these people could have been picking up garbage on the streets, but they were picking it up in the film. So yeah, that's what I got. The film tells the story of a young American woman who goes to Asia in search of the secrets of ancient magic. One night in the forest, she encounters a female member of the terrifying cult of Liak. She agrees to become the Liak's disciple and begins to indulge in many strange and savage rites.
This sounds great.
It sounds like there's going to be nudity and magic. I just assume there's nudity in everything.
Nudity is magic.
Let's see here. But the Liak witch has secret plans for her young acolyte. Plans that culminate in one of the most bizarre and shocking scenes in all horror cinema.
I'm sure. That would explain why I've never heard of it.
Right. This sounds great.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
No,
I guess where do
it
you go
says
from there?
this sounds great.
Oh, okay.
And then it says, let's go watch it. That's weird. Why would it say that on a DVD?
Oh no! The cobwebs. I'm comically wrapped up in the cobwebs again. God damn it.
Quit playing around, Jay. Let's go watch the movie.
I also find it hard to believe sometimes.
And that's why, Hendra, I'm so interested in this Liak magic.
You sound interested.
Yeah, you sound really excited.
Wow.
Look at that! Oh, there you
Now,
Why is she dressed like Weird Al?
He's the Filipino Weird Al.
Whoa.
She's American.
She's got weird
Weird
eyes.
Al does not. He's not known for wearing Notre Dame T-shirts.
Yeah, why are we in a cemetery?
Oh, you guys may be wondering why we're in a creepy cemetery. I don't know why you didn't bother to ask that on the 3-hour car ride up here, but I will tell you now.
He was driving.
We are discussing these 3 films in a creepy cemetery because I just found out that I had a great uncle. He died, but in his will, he said that if me and 3 friends can stay all night in this spooky cemetery, I will get his inheritance.
Oh.
So we're going to hang out here. We're going to talk about these 3 films. And when the sun comes up, I'll be a rich man and I'll give you all $20.
And this involves taking our pants off. Why?
Nobody asked you to take your pants off.
He was talking about it in the car ride up.
That was you as you were doing it.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, by the way, for putting them back on.
Yeah, that's okay.
I still have bruises when you're reaching for my belt.
Oh my God.
Don't do that again.
Was this what was going on while I was driving?
You were in the front seat.
Well, what was our first film?
Well, the first film was Kiss Meets The Phantom of the Park. Rich, please explain Kiss Meets The Phantom of the Park.
Kiss Meets The Phantom of the Park is a movie about an amusement park that apparently they're also a concert hall because they have Kiss there for, a couple nights and a matinee. And the guy who makes the animatronics for the park, he's mad because he's not getting enough money.
What is this?
This is animatronics. That's how they move.
This man is so proud of his animatronics, but they go up and down.
Scientist Man, who is the same actor who played Admiral Dougherty in Star Trek Insurrection, which should be noted.
And he's not getting enough money to build his robots, so he's mad. So he decides he's going to build evil robot kisses to destroy Kiss and incite the fans into a riot that will destroy the amusement park for revenge.
Yeah, his plan involves a lot of assumptions.
What if it's like robots are able to more perfectly play Kiss's music and the fans just love it?
Yeah. Or they're just disappointed in the performance and then they just go home.
And that was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the amusement park.
See, that wasn't that bad. We can do that.
Nailed it.
All right, on to our next film.
No, this turned out to be one of the more boring things we've watched. Everything's just flat and wide, and there's no energy to it.
Get to the point.
Where's Kiss?
This is the worst Halloween ever, Jay. It's your fault.
This trip's getting boring.
Got that right.
It's a great concept when you hear, because it's Westworld with Kiss and concert footage, and there's ninja robots. There's werewolf robots.
Well, that seems like a really useful power.
Just making them disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just do that for all of them.
You can only use it once every 25 minutes.
Kiss has to fight them, and they have space powers. Like Gene Simmons shoots fire out of his mouth. One of the other guys shoots laser bolts out of his eyeballs.
Inclined to believe you and the boys, but this group brings in $200,000 a show.
Eavesdrop lasers.
Eavesdrop lasers.
Yeah.
Lasers.
Really, you're making this sound way too exciting.
That's the thing. It's like all these things sound fun, but it's executed in the most dull way.
Oh my God! I'm starting to go batshit crazy here. I'm getting more amusement watching Rich. Look at him. You look like you're waiting at the dentist's office. Sorry, the doctor's running 4 hours late. It'll just be a little bit longer. Well, it should be mentioned that this was a TV movie of the week, which was more of a thing in the 70s and the 80s, sort of non-existent at this point. And it was an ill-conceived project from the get-go. It has a lot of similarities to the Star Wars holiday special. Some harebrained idea, some terrible idea for a TV movie. And Rich, are you smoking?
No. I don't know what that is. It's some graveyard spookiness.
I think it's the poltergeist.
Oh no. I don't know if we're gonna survive the haunted and spooky night.
I hope that we can stay all night so I can get my inheritance.
Oh, sure, we'll try.
Let's push through.
The least haunted places are graveyards. It's a common misconception amongst the paranormal community.
Well, don't tell my uncle. I guess you can't tell my uncle because he's dead.
I may be outnumbered, but I am not outmanned.
I may be outnumbered, but I'm not outnumbered.
Yeah, the TV movie of the week. Some stupid idea. I believe they pitched this to Kiss as A Hard Day's Night meets Star Wars.
Yes.
So A Hard Day's Night meets Star Wars? I can't wait for Kiss meets The Phantom of the Amusement Park, The Force Awakens.
I thought you were going to say Kiss meets The Phantom Menace.
Oh, that would have been smarter, but I didn't do that.
I know.
You David Pryor'd it.
David Pryor'd it.
You took something that could be clever and amusing, and you just did nothing with it. You bungled it.
Jay is, of course, referencing our second film, Killer Workout, but we're going to continue talking about Kiss meets the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
Or whatever. What? Phantom of the Amusement Park.
That's the Phantom of the Park.
Phantom of
Kiss
the Park.
meets the Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah, and so evil scientist man who makes animatronic guys but thinks he's some kind of crazed scientist.
Yeah.
Or he is, I guess.
It's his life ambition to create the perfect robot.
And he's got a long way to go.
He's got a long way to go, yeah.
This is like sub Hall of Presidents level of animatronics.
Oh, dear God.
Glorified animatronic, glorified showbiz pizza bears.
Yeah.
Jay, where does Kiss get their magic space powers from?
Oh, well, they keep magic amulets, magic Lucky Charms in a toolbox that shoots electricity out when someone tries to touch them.
You would think like something that precious would be like hidden in like a secure vault deep within Kiss's lair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of their living room, though.
Under a glass table.
Under a glass table of their house, which they all live together in. Admiral Dougherty builds kiss robots, and one of them either escapes or is told to bust through a concrete wall and fight a bunch of cops. And that's the Gene Simmons character.
And then tear down a styrofoam kiosk.
And then he's a suspect then, Gene Simmons is. So that's when the cops come to their house, and they're lifeguards at their own pool.
They're totally heterosexual party by the pool.
Heterosexual lifeguards hanging around in robes and spaceman costumes on a hot summer day.
Totally normal.
And then they think Gene Simmons was the chaos-causing robot.
Yes.
They accuse him of it, and he goes,
Now, wait a minute.
he growls like a lion, and then nothing is resolved.
Yeah.
And then we're introduced to 3 punks in the park, which are supposed to be teenage punks, even though one guy looks like he's 58 years old. And they're making fun of the robots. And then Scientist Man is walking around mad, and he goes, "Stop making fun of my robots. They're great."
Hey, lay off, man. We make our fun the way we want. Get it? Well, if it's fun you want, perhaps you should try our Chamber of Thrills.
You're old and you're shitty. And he goes, "Well, okay, well, here's some free passes to my haunted house." "Well, maybe we'll take you up on your offer, man." And then they do.
Yeah.
And then they show up in the haunted house, and one by one, they get picked off.
Kid stuff.
The important thing about this scene is that it goes on for 5 days.
It's a very long scene.
It's so fucking dull.
It's a time filler scene.
Hurry, you guys! Where are you?
That was, this special is 30 minutes too short. Stack on a subplot. Just throw some dirty teens.
They'll walk around a spook house. They'll go down tubes.
We got all these spare Frankenstein costumes.
Ah, my friends, having fun? Your redemption is complete. I'll make good Americans of you yet. From misfits to my own historical inspiration.
So the worst thing about this whole subplot with the ruffians is that, yeah, we spend like a half an hour with them. And they say, "Oh, we've got big plans for you," and then they're never seen again. So that means that half of the running time of this movie is completely worthless and doesn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the other half is completely worthless and doesn't go anywhere.
Yes.
That's really accurate.
Well, I was saying that the guy, the Scientist Man, makes robots of Kiss, and they perform exactly like Kiss in the ending of the film.
That's true.
That was the confusing part.
And they come out on stage, and we all thought, oh, they're going to just play terribly. It's going to be like a Shreds video.
I will never go to school. 'Cause it's not so nice. And it's just a bizarre place. I just want to eat pizza.
But they were playing just fine.
They sounded just like Kiss.
Rip and destroy. You know that I was getting late.
And they were playing a song, Rip and Destroy. And the audience initially started booing, and we weren't sure why. And then we thought it was like a Judas Priest thing, where the evil lyrics were somehow making them do terrible things, or going to make them do terrible things. And then everyone just stayed there still. No one ever ripped and destroyed anything.
No.
But they were chanting eventually. Rip.
They started
and
chanting, but
destroy.
that
But
was
originally,
the
if
confusing
they're
part.
booing, they shouldn't be chanting with the music getting them going. They should be chanting, "Boo! The music sucks. We're gonna tear the amusement park down."
Boo, this music sucks, and it's influenced me greatly. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Neither one makes sense.
Kiss is locked behind these electric bars.
Right.
They use the force to get the toolbox to go through the electric bars, so they have their power back, and then they go and they awkwardly fight stunt doubles.
Terrible.
It's just pathetic.
If they wanted the ending to make any kind of sense, because like Kiss, they're notorious sellouts, right? I think once Kiss saw like the robots performing their songs competently and getting the crowd riled up, they should have bought the robots from the Robot Man. Then the Robot Man scientist, he would have had all the money he wanted to build more robots.
Yeah.
And Kiss would have robots that they could just send out on concerts for them and rake in money. They could actually mass produce the robots, just have concerts all over the world every fucking day. That would have made so much sense.
Yeah. And the Robot Man could have also built robots of other top-rated musical acts of the time and had giant sell-out concerts at, the Beatles.
Every time a Kurt Cobain killed himself, you just could replace him with a new one.
There you go. The Kurt Cobain robots were prone to suicide.
This one's starting to get depressed.
Jesus Christ, keep Robo Courtney Love away from him.
There's a whole factory that's just dedicated to pumping out fresh Cobains.
Are Kiss still around?
Yeah, they still perform. Well, two of them do.
Kiss must be pretty old at this point. If they were still performing, they would sing, "You'll drive us wild, we'll drive Miss Daisy." Because they're so old.
That's good. That's good.
That was the most exciting thing that happened in the entire movie.
So our second film tonight is a David A. Pryor joint called Killer Workout. Jack, what happens in Killer Workout?
Killer Workout is a great movie.
But it isn't.
It's a
That's the
fantastic
thing.
movie.
It's not at all.
It's a movie about a string of murders that happens in a place in which you work out, a gym.
Those are called a gym, yeah.
Some people call it a gym.
Some people call it a gym. Homer
A
Simpson.
gym. An exercisatorium.
Monty Burns.
Yeah. And so a string of murders happens at a gym. And
This sounds really exciting.
it's very exciting. And a bumbling cop has to figure out who done it while the body count piles up.
It's a gun. The bullet flies really fast.
But more importantly, it's a string of scenes that don't make much sense, intercut between super awesome aerobic footage.
Comprises 60% of the film.
Yes.
I think they should have called it the Vagina Monologues. That would have been a much better title.
Because of all of the legs.
The biggest problem with the movie, though, is that there are too many monologues. So
That's
maybe
true.
not. But just dry hump in the air, fucking that oxygen.
Oxygenating their womb
They're
space.
oxygenating their room space, yeah.
Call back. The aerobic footage is women doing like aerobic moves that make no sense, that elicit sexual acts It's shocking.
And the movie does have a choreographer, though. We should mention that.
It was a prostitute.
They hired the wrong person.
I was going to say it was David A. Pryor with a pseudonym.
That is not an exercise.
I don't
These
think
are
so.
not real moves.
Are you sure this is the real?
Yeah.
Look, we got a choreographer.
Just hump the ground.
It kind of feels like we're bouncing up and down on dicks.
That exercise your lutimals.
Trust me, I'm a filmmaker. They don't call him David Pry your clothes off for nothing.
Yeah, no, those scenes were pointless, they were shocking, they were comical, and they were degrading. And
Which is why they were the best scenes in the movie.
Coroner's office.
Classes are still going on
This is-
while they're investigating a dead body?
Yeah.
What?
This is real problematic.
Please drag the body out while the workout is going on.
Past all the people working out. So the movie starts.
the movie starts.
Yeah.
The opening of the film, we see a brunette woman. She gets a phone call. She comes home from work. We never see her face, by the way. She comes home from work. She checks her answering machine.
Hey, Valerie, hold on to your socks, babe. You've got the job. Tomorrow morning, you're on your way to Paris.
Is she a mute?
You got the job. You're gonna do a modeling gig in Paris. You know, and her feet go like this.
She gets happy feet.
She's so excited. She never says a word. We never see her face. She goes off to the tanning bed to tan, allegedly for her big shoot. The tanning bed explodes or starts on fire or something.
Both at the same time.
And then it cuts.
Well, what's it gonna be this time?
I'm late and I'm sorry, okay?
And then we're introduced to the owner of a workout club who has the same exact brunette hair and who may or may not be the killer of the entire film.
Spoiler.
It's a complete coincidence that she has the exact same hair.
Her name is Rhonda, and it's Rhonda's Gym, aka Rhonda's Steakhouse.
Rhonda's workout sign looks like a steakhouse sign.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
that. I was thinking like a shitty.
It looks like Sizzlers.
Yeah.
Or Ponderosa. It looks like a Ponderosa sign.
The Ronderosa?
Ronderosa, yeah. And shortly after the film begins, even though there was a 5-year break between the tanning bed incident, people start getting killed with a gigantic safety pin. This is real. This is real. This is what.
Jason Voorhees has his machete. You know, Freddy has his glove. The Killer and Killer Workout, for no reason, has a comical, oversized safety pin.
Oh my God!
Why would someone have a rubber arm in a locker though?
Because it's a wacky gym. Yeah, rubber arms, comical safety pins. This is like a front for some sort of clown school.
Well, before it was a gym, it used to be like a gag shop.
Someone is bludgeoned to death with a giant shoe.
Oh, gag shop murders. That's gotta happen.
The real issue at hand with the safety pin is that this is a film about murders in a gym, and as we've seen, Death Spa.
The superior film.
The much superior film. If you make a movie set in a gimmick location like a gym, you want to have deaths that are associated with the gym, i.e. a person gets baked alive in a sauna or weights drop on. And there was one kill in this film which was weight related.
So he's just killing people
He kills the men too.
while the gym is open?
Apparently.
In the middle of the gym? That doesn't seem very smart.
There were not clever kills which are associated with a gym. And when you watch a movie called Killer Workout, you want to see gym deaths.
And the dumbbell one was especially disappointing because even though the killer does kill someone with a dumbbell, they establish that the guy that is about to be killed is lifting weights with whatever that machine is called.
Like the pulley counterweight.
Yeah, where it's got the
bench.
weights
Yeah.
with the pin thing in the middle of it. And we see it going up and down, and we're like, oh. And I was thinking of the Toxic Avenger, because there's a great kill in that where the Toxic Avenger takes the guy's head, puts it under that thing, and the needle goes right through his head, and the weights crush his skull. And instead, the rope snaps.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of awkwardly hits him in the face, and then out of nowhere she pulls out a dumbbell and smashes him.
Maybe she expected the weights to fall on his head, and then when that didn't work, it was just, oh, plan B, a
He was
dumbbell.
improvising? Yeah, okay.
She expected it to kill him?
Yeah, she spent all that time like loosening the nut for the weights. She's like, oh, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be great. And then, oh, they just got a bump.
Oh. And like, not only are none of the kills clever or interesting, there's a mystery. There's a whodunit.
It's a whodunit slasher, which there was a lot of in the 80s as a result of like Friday the 13th.
Yes. And so we kept assuming that the giant safety pin had some sort of character motivation. That might have been the clue to who the murderer was, and it was just her keychain.
She's gonna pull out the paper clip.
We know it's her.
Yeah, I know. Looking right at the camera.
Take the camera.
Keychain.
Are we supposed to be surprised?
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you're trying to stay under the radar, you might want to use like a keychain you have on you all the time as your murder weapon.
She really should have used just a basic knife or a blunt object. Lay down.
Yeah. You know it's gonna keep coming.
Go out of range of the knife.
But just, it's for your own good.
Yeah.
Why don't you move? Oh, okay.
She deserved to die.
Yeah.
Or more gym-themed kills. Like, has anybody's head ever been crushed by a thigh master? Has that happened?
Just stick someone's head between Suzanne Summers and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
He's Colonel Hogan from Deadly Prey.
Oh, yeah.
Ever see that before?
Here, handle this evidence.
This movie should be retitled to just The Worst Cop.
Well, we
Or
discover
incompetent.
incompetence.
Again.
That's great.
The body is found in the locker of Shy Girl. So it must be Shy Girl.
Yeah, she would clearly put the dead body in her own locker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he drives over to Shy Girl's apartment.
Who is it? Who's there?
Open up! Open the door!
It's a proper police procedure.
Maybe say you're a cop.
Open up!
At no point proclaiming that you're a cop.
Yeah.
Just pound on the door and say, I want in your apartment.
Right.
Let me in.
Cop smash!
And at the same time, our mysterious killer is in Shy Girl's apartment.
Coincidentally.
And even though she probably also hears that the cop is banging on the door, she murders her.
Yes.
Allowing the cop to bust in and find the body and realize that his lead suspect was no longer a suspect, that the killer is still at large.
I think it's an unrelated murderer who also happened to use a safety pin, because we clearly see a large man jump out the window.
That's true, yeah.
Deadly Prey is in the film, aka Ted Pryor.
He's taking out garbage just like in Deadly Prey.
I'm I'm gonna pretend this is the prequel to Deadly Prey, and that's Dead Wife.
That's how he gets his wife.
No!
And he's a FBI agent or an undercover cop or
he's
something.
a private investigator.
The private investigator who poses as a gym employee to solve who's killing people at the gym, and he's never at the gym.
He
And then-
immediately leaves to hang out with this hot babe.
Now don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Just gonna make some long distance calls.
Why is there a phone there?
It's just a phone right there. So they don't have to change the blocking.
Man, I'm really glad she has this phone just on her backyard for some reason. It seems like a weird place for a telephone.
Right, and when he's gone, then horrible murders happen at the gym.
Yeah.
And at first, the first horrible murder that happens at the gym, it happens like, oh, we gotta shut the gym down or carry the body out. The next day, people start coming back. Eventually, murders start happening while the gym is open.
Yeah.
And no one stops exercising, and they just lift the bodies and take them out.
We cut from them like zipping up a body bag to the aerobics class.
The aerobics class, which none of the classes ever end. Nothing
Cops
ever,
are actually in the other room.
Yeah.
while murders are happening.
I think that was something that was created in editing, though. I think that this was, they realized that the movie was sort of boring, so like, we have all this aerobics footage. Let's just keep cutting back to that once in a while. So in the movie, as it was shot, they were probably not supposed to still be open, but they just were like, well, this is boring. Just show some more boobs. So they just cut to that.
Work like a charm.
Yeah.
It's like the bird in Citizen Kane.
Like the time his wife left him.
The parakeet, where it's like a scene transition, right?
Well, it was meant to wake the audience up.
Like for real?
Yes. The producer thought it was the film people would be sleeping in the theaters, so he said, Orson Welles, you gotta cut in this bird and squawk to wake the audience up.
Okay.
That's true. It's a fact.
Wow. Well,
Like the time his wife left him.
Who used to be the perfectly beautiful Valerie Johnson, until 70% of her body was burned in a tanning spa accident 5 years ago.
Look, that's enough!
Valerie Johnson, who was to become the modeling world's newest young star, but suddenly couldn't get a job starring in a freak show.
What do you want, Morgan? What? Look, is this what you wanted to see?
I've got Freddy Krueger tits.
Oh, fuck's sake.
She was completely engulfed in flames at the beginning of this movie, and she was face down.
But her shoulders aren't burned, it's just her tits.
So literally the only thing that's burned on her body is her boobs. She has Freddy Krueger boobs.
That's 75% of her body. Those are some big boobs.
Only my tits were burned up.
Yeah. Everything is burned except for what we see at any given time.
My career is over. I'm a woman.
That was a joke about sexism. I understand that.
Okay, it was about sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
that works.
This isn't a police car, Morgan.
That's right, Miss Johnson. It's a rental.
I don't understand. I was about to meet someone for lunch, and then you show up and pull me away on what you call urgent police business?
Just shut up and get out of the car.
They just forgot to shoot a scene.
She's wearing like a clown outfit now.
Wow.
So he takes Rhonda into the woods with a shovel. Yeah. Everybody knows exactly what he is going to do from the moment he walks into a woods with the shovel.
He's like, I have an important top secret police business. You have to come with me. It involves a shovel and an open field on my father's property. And she's not suspicious whatsoever, being a serial killer herself.
He starts monologuing. He does not stop monologuing, ever.
My father used to own this land. He was going to settle down here after he retired from the force. That never happened. Some punk he pulled over for speeding.
Don't you look embarrassed for the movie? he's like,
Yeah.
This is it.
Just like that. Shut up and listen, I'm not through yet. My father was a good man. Very...
I'm going to murder you and put you in the ground so you don't kill anyone else.
Why didn't she start running away halfway through that speech?
Yeah, when it was very clear what was about to happen.
Saying, Miss Johnson, today I'm crossing that line. Oh, I've read the papers. I've heard the reports. And I know the department's position.
All right, we know what's happening now. We can proceed.
I gotta stretch it to 80 minutes.
Jesus.
I know you did it. You know you did it. And if I let you go free now, you'll do it again. I can't let that happen.
You're out of your mind. You can't just bring me up here and kill me.
No. Just a man. Justice must be served. The time is now.
Now!
Oh, fucking now!
Oh, no.
Just the worst cop.
Yeah, I guess she goes directly from taking him out to back to the gym. Just so we can get a reveal of the keychain, right?
Extra footage.
She's dead.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
This is just random footage.
No, the movie's over. It's everybody, we're celebrating the
man.
cast.
This movie has brain damage.
Holy crap.
Not a lot of camel toes in Killer Workout.
No, everything was nice and tucked in.
I know how we're going to transition to the next movie.
Wait, before we talk about that, how much longer do we have to stay in the spooky cemetery?
We have to stay until the sun rises. We have to stay all night or I don't get my inheritance.
6 more hours.
6 more hours?
6 more hours, yeah.
I don't know who takes their pants off first, but we have 6 hours.
So the last film that we watched before packing into my van and driving 3 hours north to the spooky cemetery was Mystics of Bali.
The only one packing in the van was Rich.
What was he packing?
I didn't have time to pack before I left, so I just kind of grabbed a bunch of things in my hand. I trotted out to the car, and then I just started sticking them in a sack I had.
So it's sucking them in a sack he had.
So Mike, what is Mystics of Bali about?
Oh my God, I have to see if I can remember.
The answer is no, he cannot.
I can remember, and I still can't tell you what it's about.
There was a lady, she was from the USA. She was the girlfriend of a Filipino man in an undisclosed country. Yes. And she came there because she was interested in black magic.
I'm so interested in this Liak magic.
She wants to write a book.
She wants to write a book about black magic, so he says, I know a legend or something, and here, come with me into the woods. And then they discover a Sam Raimi witch from The Evil Dead is in the woods with long fingernails.
What should we do, Hendra?
She has a classic witch cackle.
Tell me why you wanted to meet me.
Because I'm interested in learning the most powerful magic that exists today.
And then they begin a series of, I don't know if you want to call it rituals or something. She says, come back the next day with this specific undergarment on. And,
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a very convoluted process of come to me this night, do these things, wear these things, come to me the next night, do this.
Eventually the witch, who is elderly, disfigured, and has long fingernails, becomes younger and more powerful.
Yeah.
I've got to leave, so goodbye. Let us shake hands, Catherine.
Oh, no.
I don't like that idea.
Yeah. Let's do it! What's wrong? Shake my hand! You're being very rude.
Seriously, I have to go. Okay, bye.
Oh, that's great.
That's wonderful.
And part of the ritual is the witch in the woods makes the woman's head come off.
Oh! There it goes!
My guts! Just don't lose any of my guts. That's the only way that. That was just a rubber head.
That's great!
That was just a rubber head.
This is sweet.
Seems to be having a lot of trouble.
Oh!
Is that the pregnant lady? No, that's the nurse.
That would have been great. Yeah. Pregnant lady. Yeah, the video's like flickering.
Sucks a baby out of the vagina of a pregnant woman.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
I think she's sucking the baby out. Yeah, the stomach's going down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Taking that baby.
She's eating the baby.
Yay!
Baby.
It certainly looks like something else, but...
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean, how else would you get a baby out of there while it's...
That's
No one's ever gonna believe this.
Oh, boy.
See ya! The guts.
That was brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, I love this movie.
Well, then as it's sucking the baby out, the pregnant belly just going, pew.
At least they went with that detail, though. You could see her
If they
stomach
didn't,
going down.
we
Yeah.
would not. We would assume something else was going on. We would assume it was a sexual thing. So the fact that you see it going down, like it's comical, but at least we know what's happening. Unlike most of the movie.
Lots of vaginas tonight. I'm just saying. We got eating vagina babies in this one. We've got flappy exercise vaginas.
Floppy exercise.
Then in the Kiss movie, we got the cat man who's kind of a pussy. So
The head comes off of the body, and it looks like it was VHS taped off of a TV screen.
Yeah, it looks like a third generation copy.
Very strange.
And the only thing that we could figure out is that whatever, the way they did the original opticals was on tape.
Yeah.
Like originally. That's the only explanation, right?
Well, yeah, and in those days, you'd need an optical printer to take your composites and print onto a different film negative. Right. And it would seem that they did not have the technology or the access to the technology to do that. Yeah. So they captured their film footage onto VHS tape and did their
effects on VHS.
They did effects on VHS and recaptured that to a film print.
That's the only thing that
it's
we
seamless.
can figure out.
It's seamless.
oh God. That's like a mistake they thought looked neat.
Oh, jeez. Oh, she's coming at me.
I don't know which effect I like more, the horribly shitty VHS effects or the rubber head on a fishing line.
Right.
As silly as it is, it also is a creepy visual. Not the execution, maybe, but just the idea of a floating head with the guts hanging
with all
on
this, it has like a nightmarish quality to it. Yeah.
I love this movie.
All I knew was a cat sound.
So the reason that the American woman keeps going back to the witch is to get trained in this ancient art of black magic, so she can
be more informed in writing her book.
This is the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
There's one night when in their training where the witch turns them both into pigs. Like that would be the point where I say, okay, I think I've gone a little too far. My book is not worth turning into a pig.
It's not really clear whether or not she remembers certain events.
It becomes more clear as it goes along that she doesn't.
Oh!
You know what? That escalated quickly.
There we go.
Yay, super fun snake party.
What?
Oh, she barfed up the mouse because she's a snake.
Yeah.
I had a night.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, man.
Perhaps it was the food last night.
Perhaps the food was full of mice last night. I don't know.
It's a very weird film.
It's a wonderfully weird movie. I actually really loved this movie, even though I'm not sure what the fuck it was about.
It was based on a book, and
we can only assume based on like ancient folklore.
some ancient folklore that didn't quite translate.
Yeah, it's probably a cultural thing.
What?
What?
Oh, no.
Pig?
Pig?
What? All right, he's fighting a pig now.
Jay, your pick for best of the worst.
My pick for best of the worst is Mystics of Bali. I don't know if we've praised it enough. At least I loved this movie. It's not a great movie, but it's incredibly entertaining. I loved the witch. I love the magical floating head with the guts hanging out. So much weird stuff.
I agree. I think a special commendation should go to Killer Workout just because it was nice to see the old Pryor gang. It's not great. Some fun
They didn't
stuff.
bring their A game.
Not their A game.
No.
But you get to see some ladies in spandex for most of the movie.
That's true. That's true.
I'm going with Mystics of Bali as well, because it had floating head with guts. It had the most, and the witch. The witch was a unique character. I think it was the dubbing of the witch.
My pick for best of the worst, echoing everybody else, Mystics of Bali. That witch character and the cackle, fantastic. And you got a head with guts.
And people turn into pigs and vomit up mice.
Live mice.
Yeah,
It's
live
great.
mice.
Can I just say, though, there was a big curve with this particular episode, though.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
Mystics of Bali would have been bottom of my pick.
Maybe mid in a
I
better episode.
really liked Mystics of Bali. I think that would be at the top for whatever we did. Whatever other movies we did, I think it would probably be up there. I don't know the answer to this. What do we want to destroy?
Oh, Kiss.
Kiss.
Oh, really?
I am not a big fan of Kiss. I could say I like them.
They're fine.
If Kiss hates this film and they want it wiped off the face of the earth, I will gladly help.
All right.
Ah! Ah!
The Showbiz Pizza Bear came out of nowhere.
Oh, God! Oh, God, I can't believe it's really biting my neck! Ow! Oh, God! Ow! 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 Oh, God! Ow!
Oh, is he joking? Is this the thing that's really happening?
I'm bleeding to death!
really happening.
It's dicking the birthday boy to death.
Oh my God. He knocked over one of the tombstones.
It's all right. That person's long dead. Oh my goodness. That was frightening.
That was terrifying.
Well, it's 4 a.m. Rich Evans is dead.
Yes.
The Showbiz Pizza Bear killed him, sadly.
It was bound to happen eventually.
It was bound to get him. It wanted to dick him when he was a mere child, and now it's finally got him. That was spooky. I'm creeped out.
It was, we were too spooked out to stay all night in the cemetery, which means no inheritance, but at least we made it out alive.
That's true.
And I don't know about you, but I am too scared to figure out how to destroy Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park right now. So why don't we just leave it right here? We'll go get a good night's sleep, and we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll figure out how to destroy it.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
All right, let's go.
It must be Halloween. Skeletons may dance about, but jack-o'-lanterns.
free! My soul is finally free!